So the problem we observe in Africa is that there's relatively low uptake of improved varieties and slow turnover of quality seed, or at least seed that's come from a source that's quality assured. To address this, through the ISSD Africa Community of Practice, we with our partners have set out to increase stakeholders' intelligence about the seed market and to identify policies, strategies and specific practices that work when promoting the use of quality seed. So my name is Gareth Borman. I work for Wageningen Centre for Development Innovation and I'm the topic lead of the ISSD Africa topic, Creating Demand for Quality Seed. So together we've learned 3 important lessons. 1, it's really all about promotion. We try to understand the drivers of demand and how best to predict it. What we found is that estimates are only as strong as our efforts to achieve them. They're really better taken as targets for promotion efforts rather than an assumed outcome. Seed suppliers ultimately need to get out there and sell their products, and that requires more skin in the game than what we're currently seeing. So take, for example, a tool for seasonal scenario planning. We prototyped a tool that predicts the demand for varieties that mature at different rates using publicly available climate forecast data.
So this tool requires seed companies to be agile. They should know the stocks they have and they should be ready to move the seeds and the varieties into the areas where they are in demand. That's the best way the companies can ensure efficiency. We want to avoid companies failing to supply seeds that are in demand, disappointing their farmers, and also an oversupply, companies remaining with more stocks than they planned for, which will affect their cash flows, which will affect their working capital. In terms of inventory, the companies would want to know when they expect the crops to be brought in from their seed producers, their growers, and be able to manage them in terms of how they can process them, treat them, and then supply them so that they respond to demand requirements as per the forecasts.
Second, uptake is really evidence of systems change. To say that demand is a product of promotion is an oversimplification.
We change farmers' belief with what is possible. We work with farmers and the farmers work with us. So by demonstrating to the farmers, by setting demos, showcasing different varieties, different techniques, the farmers are able to learn. They are convinced that there is returns on investment in horticulture after they see what is coming out of their gardens. They take records and they're able to compare from one season to the second season, and when they sell and they're able to tell the neighbors that this is a viable business and this one is worth an investment. In order for us to ensure that they access the inputs they need, we work with all stakeholders, including the agro-input dealers, because the agro-input dealers, they will always stock the seeds when there is demand. In order for them to sell their vegetables very well, we have created a linkage between the buyers and the farmers. So the farmers can easily communicate with the buyers because they have access to their contacts and they can easily plan with them.
So lastly, buyer and seller need to have access to the same information. If not, then too much remains a mystery and the safest strategy for farmers is not to try new things. The problem with seed is that its quality is often detected at a moment when it's too late. You have to plant it and then hope that it germinates. So crowdsourced information clearinghouses can make the quality of seed more observable. We're seeing that an agro-dealer rating system is increasing agro-dealers' efforts to improve the quality of their services as farmers quickly change to a source that is more reliable in terms of quality. ISSD Africa generates such kinds of insights and new perspectives. There are a couple that have emerged that really require more investment. So one of the greatest barriers to investment in Africa's emerging seed markets is the fragmented availability of important information, or market intelligence. We know the indicators that are of interest to investors, and we also know their sources. So there's a value proposition in collating these, interpreting them, and making recommendations to different kinds of investors. Digitization promises a quantum leap for the transformation of Africa's seed sector. It can reduce these information asymmetries and transaction costs, and we expect that e-commerce in agriculture will be a force to reckon with very soon. And lastly, a more gendered understanding of farmer-consumer behavior is needed. At the moment, too great a share of the market is currently underexplored. The rise of women to business and their success in seed business is key in bringing this more gendered understanding of farmers' preferences.